So it's about 1:30 on October 10th. I am out here much later than I wanted to be, but I've still got a lot of time that I can spend out here. Bean doesn't get done until like 4:30 today, and I think actually today is 4:15, but either way, I'm pretty sure my husband's gonna go get her too, so I can get out here and get a lot done, including clean up this pumpkin, like take off a lot of the dead growth, a lot of the yellowing growth, just clean them up, clean up some spent flowers, maybe clean up the rogue tomatoes a little bit, even though this guy here is stunning. We've got our pumpkin just growing along. I gotta figure out a support for him, but I'm not gonna worry about that today. My number one is getting the pumpkins here cleaned up, getting this bed cleaned up a little. I've got some grass coming in the side. This pumpkin I'm just gonna let start climbing over. Peppers. This is why I love the AgriThrive. Like, this has so much new growth on it. It's gotten 2 doses now, and really I should have been doing it once a week anyway, but I'm gonna start. It's feeding Friday, so every Friday everybody gets a dose. But look at all that new growth, and these even have flowers on them, so I can get another round of peppers. I just harvested one. Carrots are coming in beautifully. I'm gonna trim up a couple of these guys though, clean them up, get their yellowing leaves off. And this guy's just very tall anyway, so cut him down a little. Don't have a bunch of bad growth on here, but there is some that needs to come off. When these start getting yellowed like this, I take them off pretty quick. So clean that up, clean these guys up. This guy still has like another day to dry before we collect his seeds. And then the runner beans are coming in so nice. You can see the aphid issue I'm having on my cucumbers. It's ridiculous. I have a lot of ladybugs too, but just obviously not enough. But that's one of the dangers of, oh, looks like something ate him. That's why I have so many planted though. So it's okay. But yeah, trim these guys up. These guys, oh, he looks like something's eating him also. I might put some diatomaceous earth down later to help with it. Yeah, he looks like he's missing one too. I'll find the culprit. But I got a whole bunch in here. Basil, I might trim him up a little again. I'm gonna take this cucumber out because he's dead. But take him out. The beans will replace the cucumbers pretty quick here. Our marigolds are doing so well. And yeah, clean up these peppers. Get them to bush up a little, but you can see there's already so much new growth and they're getting much greener. So, and beautiful carrots. That sage has always been small. I'm excited for these guys though. You can see they've already got their middle stalks going. They're gonna start climbing soon. Fill up this whole space. And a rogue carrot. All exciting things. I think I've decided that this is gonna be the garlic bed. It's not set up for irrigation right now, and I don't need it to be. Garlic goes dormant in the winter, so basically I'll put it in here, I'll water it in, I'll water it a little bit through the fall, and then once we get into the winter, go ahead and hold off watering, and then start up again in spring, and then these should be ready just in time for me to plant my corn in here. I'm excited because my fig trees are giving me a 3rd round of figs. So we're doing a deep water here. Hi, Brownie boy. Doing another deep water on all these guys. You can see he's a little yellow. I'm gonna feed him a little of the AgriThrive too. But yeah, that's more from water. It didn't seem hot, but it was hot, so clearly it's my fault. But still getting used to these fig trees. They're not like my figula. Of course, my figula is still in its pot, but not for long. I will also be upplanting all of my warm weather plants. I'm not going to give them nice real estate in the garden because obviously this is the wrong time of year for them, but I started all of these before summer even started and then just did not have time to get them out in the garden with stuff going on with the house, the yard still moving in. So we're just going to save them and do an experiment and see what, if anything, happens to them. So we'll plant them up in all of my different felt pots and pots around the yard that I have. I need to make time to trim up my roses here. Don't know if that's gonna happen today. It's not really it's a priority, but not today. Our other pomegranate get huge now. They're all growing nice and big. All these guys out here in the tunnel are finally starting to grow again. I gave them all some AgriThrive on Friday. You can see They've got a bunch of new growth. Now the aphids just need to stay away. I've sprayed them off twice. But yeah, they are out in full force. Sprayed them off so many times. Like, just look at that. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous with these aphids. Also need to trim some of these up in addition to getting the aphids off. Get these that are mostly brown, and then this whole branch I'm going to take off right there. And this guy. But yeah, a lot of new beautiful growth, new flowers ready to come in. I just need these aphids to go away. I also need to make time just to do maintenance out here. Like, this guy broke in the wind, and he's coming out anyway. His little guy, and then his new growth back there. A lot of the trees here, I always forget what they're called when I need to actually say the name. Sumac. A lot of these sumac trees are going to be coming out. This Palo Verde tree is coming out. This desert broom is coming out. And we have other stuff going in. But yeah, I cut down a whole bunch of stuff when I needed to get in here, and now I just have not had a chance to clean it. Like this bad boy here. This big hunk of mesquite, because that guy's trimmed up a ton. This guy's coming out, and an olive tree is going in his place. But yeah, just so much to clean up and maintain. Hasn't been a priority like it should be. He needs more water, but that pumpkin growing off him is nice. But yeah, he needs more water. And then down here, it's just such a train wreck. And then I got to get this bed cleaned and ready. I think I have decided on this bed, I'm going to go ahead and do it Victory Garden style with, I think, probably do half broad bean, like a double row broad bean, and then half pea, and then do rows going this way of all my other crops. I got to take that bamboo out too. I got to take all that bamboo out right there, because I'm going to be replanting it in a straight line. And then using the nice stalks for a little trellis kind of deal back here, a teepee for all my beans and peas. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of teepees. I haven't decided. Got to take these oyas out of here, take all this out, top it off all the way to the top with my good stuff. Those are the priorities today. We'll see how that works out for me. I'll keep you posted. Better yet, I'll just take you with me. So I'm super stoked because my pump came for my AgriThrive, and it's nice because I usually just guess, but you can also measure, and I need about 8 ounces for my 2.5 gallon can, and I'm stoked because it's an ounce pump, so 8 pumps, I'm ready to go. I'm also excited because my seeds came early. I have some more seeds showing up, so yay! So this is my first ever order from True Leaf, but I have other people in my garden groups that really like their seeds, and they were the only ones that had some of the seeds that I needed. I did also order from them some shallot starts. I have my seeds started, but I'm a little behind, so I also got the starts. We've got, let's see, what do we get? This is the Firecracker Hot Pepper for next season. This one is the Super Sweet Tomato Hybrid, also next season. This is the Red Ventures Celery Seed. That's for this season. I already do the Utah Tall. This one is, what is this? Organic Soybean. This is for the fall, some cover crop. This here is Bee Sweet Edamame, also some cover crop. We've got the Cayenne Purple Hot Pepper, again for next season. These are the Tall Night Flowering Moonflower. These are gorgeous. They're for night pollinators, and they will climb up the trellis. So I'm super excited for these. The Tabasco Hot Pepper. These are the whole reason that I found True Leaf decided to make this order was because I needed fava beans also for a cover crop, and nobody had them. So we've got the Windsor bean. And this is the black garbanzo bean. Early fall rapini broccoli rabe. Organic strawberry spinach. The cayenne sweetness, this is sweet cayenne pepper. Then the cherry mini hot pepper. I love cherry hot peppers. I love pickled cherry hot peppers. This is one of the I couldn't find my endive seeds the other day. It's because I just ordered them apparently. So there's the red. And I think this one, this is a habanero mine yellow pepper. This is the autumn time ornament. This is really cute. This looks like a bunch of old school Christmas lights growing on the plant. But again, it's not until hot weather. But I do love my hot peppers. I cannot get enough. And then this is the dazzling blue kale, which is funny. So we don't eat kale. I got this strictly for the chickens that we do not have yet and as a trap crop. It's the only reason I'm growing kale. The covered wagon is cleaned up. We got the as many really covered aphid leaves out as I could, and then the rest I'm going to go ahead and spray. Like this guy here only has a couple leaves left, so I'm going to spray him later with my natural organic stuff to get them off. But I can't really hose these guys. Like a lot of times I'll jet them, but I can't because these leaves are delicate, and there's also other stuff growing here. But yeah, everything else is looking pretty good, but everything is cleaned up. I cut the peppers way back, and I'm going to need to cut them back anyway as it gets into the colder months, because I haven't decided if I'm going to leave them in here to overwinter, or if I'm going to overwinter them in pots and use this for something else. We'll see. But they got a good harvesting and a good cleaning up, so they should actually, because we still have a few more weeks of good weather, they should put on another crop. These already have, just from me feeding them, have new flowers coming in. So to finish this bed up, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to get all these little bits of grass that are starting to come up again. This grass is ridiculous and it's so invasive. So throughout around the bed, there's cardboard down, but that doesn't always stop it. I know there's more over here. So I'm going to use my little Japanese scythe and take all of this around here out. Yeah, and then we'll move on over to the pumpkin patch, get that cleaned up as much as possible. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and get this prepped. I might wait and prep this because I don't plant my garlic until the full moon, which I think is like on the 28th of this month. So I have time, and I don't need any irrigation other than I might put the Oyas in. Normally you wouldn't leave them in over winter, but we don't get the freezing ground temperatures, so I'm not really worried about that. But we'll see. It's all audibles. It's all audibles. And just to clarify, all the seeds are from True Leaf Market. The shallot starts are actually from, what are they? I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, Tomorrow Seeds. So, and these are the Monique French shallot. So I'm very excited to get these planted as well. In here, cleaning up the pumpkin patch. I have a ton of tomatoes coming in on this Rogue Wild tomato. But I'm in here cleaning up. I've got all my pumpkins around. And I'm so excited because I found another one. And I'm pretty sure this guy got pollinated too. Usually you can tell by the color. If they're not too yellow or orange, they are pollinated. So fingers crossed. I'm going to go ahead and give these guys a quick deep water. And it's going to be a top water. Oh, more tomatoes on that Rogue tomato too. It's going to be a top water. It's warm enough at this point to where I'm not really worried about powdery mildew. And plus, I've mentioned before, these stalks, like the stems, pumpkin stems, have taproots that they put down. So they can actually, you can cut them from the stem if you have to, and they will keep feeding themselves and watering through their taproots. So give these guys a quick water. I also still need to figure something for this space. I'm pretty sure the pumpkins will if I keep training them like this guy trained around. He was coming, this one right here was coming out this way. And I turned them, both these guys. So I do want to find something though to go in the middle there because I don't like wasted space. Thinking about doing some quick beans, maybe a bush bean. I prefer doing pole beans right now, but again, we don't get, like, while we have temperatures that drop into freezing, they don't stay there. So a lot of things will actually survive the winter and will also do just fine because it doesn't frost enough. Plus I have my greenhouse plastic. So I don't know. I haven't really figured that out, but doing some thoughts. So my husband has been killing it this last week here at home. He got me these lights. So I now have light in my garden shed and light out here in my covered wagon, my little beds over here in the pumpkin patch, which is awesome because I can finally get stuff planted in there and keep doing all my work. So yeah, I'm super excited. He also watched me in the whole weekend so I can not only get a lot of footage in the garden, but also so I could go out with Brandon for his birthday. So yeah. Shout out to my wonderful husband who has hooked me up out here. so I can garden all night long if I want. And lately I have been, until it cools off too much, which we're not there yet.